Jai Hare Krishna, Rupanuga Prabhu, Anu Krishna. How did you do that if you're driving? How did you change your name? I was going to do it for you. Incredible. Don't do that. Don't scare us. Jai Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Good morning, obeisances, Maharaj.
Good morning, obeisances. Well, look, we've got Advitya Devidasi with us too. Very good. So here we have a family gathering, first thing, well, here, first thing in the morning. Family gathering. We've got Anu Krishna, Paramanandru, little one, Hare Krishna. And then we've got Anu Krishna, Devidasi, I've mentioned Rupanuga Prabhu in a foggy car. And shared account Devidasi Praneshwari Devi, Govinda Govinda, and Leela Sunda, Leela Shakti Devidasi coming to join us too. And isn't there a Leela done about Leela Shakti Devidasi, Govinda Govinda? Good morning, good evening, late at night. And isn't Leela Moy already in Thailand somewhere? Paramanandru?
On its way, Maharaj, another 20 minutes.
20 minutes, okay. Time is separating us. And Priyanana, look, Priyanana just showed up too. Okay, we have a family gathering here and on Facebook. Let me just turn on Facebook, but still I understand I can only see part. Back, BAC, and straight to back to basics. Turn off the volume. Oh, no need for volume. Oh, on Facebook, we've got a beautiful picture of the temple. And on Facebook, we don't see Praneshwari, we only see the temple, which is quite amazing. And this temple is Govardhan.
Yes.
First glance, I'm thinking it's Navadip because it's a thumbnail, but in Facebook, the picture is bigger. And Mathura Basini Devidasi already there with us on Facebook. Welcome. All right, so dear devotees, first thing, we've come together in our family gathering, and so let us give our obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripa sindubhya evacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And just very brief, vandanam means complete but short. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Jaina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. And Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Tuje Namaha. And we all know the Panchatattva and Hare Krishna Mahamantras. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So welcome one and all, and back to basics. And yesterday evening in the Brazil Zoom, then we were talking about this world and accepting the spiritual and all kinds of things. And of course, we always come up with some idea about, what is reality and what is not reality. So we need to understand reality. And at the moment, we are in ignorance. And I just wanted to start off with something which came in front of me after we'd finished our Brazilian Zoom with the devotees in Brazil. Happy Brazilian Zoom. After finishing, then, I hope I still have it. Oh, yes. Then here is something. Srila Guru Maharaj saying, so first of all, Jai Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, and our whole Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. We all know we are here to represent them, and Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and this way give appreciation for our fortune. We wouldn't know anything without them. And here, a little expression from Guru Maharaj. Ignorance is not accidental. It is earned by our previous action. Man is the architect of his own future. So, just these very first words struck me. Ignorance is not accidental. It is earned by our previous action. Man is the architect of his own fortune. Anyway, of course, Srila Guru Maharaj goes on, and we can read a little bit more. The bad weather I am meeting with at present has been earned by myself. Do not complain against the environment. Utilize it as best you can and try to see the grace of the Absolute therein. The anomaly I am facing at this present time is the product of my own action. No one else is to blame. Not only is that true, but from another viewpoint, it can also be seen that the grace of the Lord is always present everywhere, eager to help me, coming in the guise of an apparent unfavorable environment, according to the vision of my present experience. And Guru Maharaj then immediately saying, that is necessary medicine for my disease, the medicine to cure my madness. It is like medicine dispensed by the Lord. He is everywhere with his sympathetic hand extended to us in the circumstances of most intense danger. And to have this attitude is to have the key, the solution that solves our unfavorable circumstances, our unfavorable position. So I hope you've all heard these words before, because they're not secret. They're available for everybody, and they are like classic Srila Guru Maharaj. But this world of illusion, this world where we think bits of paper are important and not Krishna consciousness. And yesterday's analogy was Guru Maharaj saying about the madman picking up bits of paper in the street, and then he's thinking all these bits of paper are very important. But we do have to give credit to Srila Avadut Maharaj for pointing out that we're all madmen when those bits of paper have the picture of, I don't know, is it George Washington or Abraham Lincoln on or something, and written there $100. If that's written on those bits of paper, we're all very eager to go and pick those up off the street too, which is what mostly the world is busy doing. Anyway, this came in front of my eyes unexpectedly, just after we've been talking about madness and everything else, that the very first words, ignorance is not accidental. It is earned by our previous action. So what we do today is earning our tomorrow, as it were. And Srila Prabhupada gives an example that is like in the diseased world. If you contact somebody who's got a disease, then that is coming to you, it's incubating in you, then it will manifest. And we just had, if any of you remember, we just had the plague. It wasn't actually the plague, it was the pandemic, called the pandemic with the virus. And everybody knows, okay, you get contact with somebody who has the virus, and then however many days that the scientists calculate, but after some days, the result comes. It's not that very same day, the result comes. So Srila Prabhupada gives that example. What we do today is like that. We're contracting or contacting that activity, and the result will come. So our ignorance is not accidental. It's earned by our previous action. But now that we have a little opportunity to wake up to what is good action, bad action, what action we should be doing, now is the exact time to put that all into practice and be Krishna conscious. There's no need in trying to be conscious of so many things along the way. Our destination is Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, we can be for millions and millions of years more to satisfy some thought. And if you don't believe me, read Brihat Bhagavatamritam, where all the thoughts were pure. By the way, they were all pure, but took millions of years to come to Krishna, to come to Goloka Vrindavan. So what to speak of when the thoughts are impure, how much we will rotate in this world. So we've got Krishna Nam, we've got Hari Nam, we've got Nitai and Gauranga's Nam, and we've got the grace of Sri Guru, the Gurus who descended from that plane. So here we are in the year 2023, and it is our big opportunity to keep on going and to remember what we're doing, why we're doing it, and make our lives successful in Krishna consciousness by that attempt. Hare Krishna. Okay, I don't want to be here preaching to you. I just want to be here sharing what we read. So can we, Adviti Devidasi, don't go away. I was just going to say, can we take this rare opportunity of hearing a word or two from you? Would you like to share something Krishna conscious wise of your time just now in Thailand and with devotees? Would you like to?
I'm a little shy, but yeah, we're still waiting for all the devotees to come. I met Ram, and apparently he has the same birthday as me and year, so we're born on the exact same day. And I've enjoyed my time so far here, but I'm really looking forward to meeting everyone else because there's a lot of new faces I haven't seen yet. Yeah.
Okay, I am also looking forward to being with the devotees. This is why we're coming together actually, and Paramanand Prabhu has made this facility, made all of this possible to us by generously giving this opportunity to come and be in a super place with super people. So I also am looking forward to coming to be with the devotees, to be there, hearing, sharing, and following the devotional processes of hearing, remembering, chanting, serving, etc. Jai. And your mum left recently, but she was there for a while.
Yeah.
She's back in Europe?
Yes, back in Belgium now.
Okay. All right. And Paramananda Prabhu, something from your side. You just returned from Japan and suddenly you find yourself about to be surrounded by devotees instead of by Japanese, I don't know, Japanese businessmen, I don't know. Well, Japanese devotees, yes, and the Japanese world. So it's two different worlds on the same planet, maybe.
I was just saying, Maharaj, I enjoyed my life.
Wow, I wonder what he enjoyed. Oh, that word enjoy, see, Gurudev stopped immediately. It's them that's frozen, isn't it? Yes, I see you're moving. I see moving heads. Paramanandru, you got cut off.
Yes,
Gurudev,
Maharaj.
we heard up to the word enjoyed, and then I think Gurudev somehow just cut your internet.
Oh, no, no, no. I have to object, Maharaj. We've been
Okay.
reading this morning, Srila Govinda Maharaj, where he said that we must enjoy Krishna consciousness. That enjoyment will come to us through a proper process of surrender. So enjoyment was in the air, but what did I enjoy is the last peaceful day, which was yesterday. I was walking around the farm, not a soul, just me, Advitya, Ramsundar, and Krishna Priya, but they're all very quiet. And I'm thinking, oh, this is the last day of my peace. The Hare Krishnas are coming. Oh. Anyhow, I'm just joking.
We have the hope that all of the Hare Krishnas will be so dedicated and selfless, you won't even notice anything. You'll have less to do than when you were there alone. This is my hope. So let us make that challenge to all of the pilgrims who come there.
Well, it's a good try, Maharaj, but you and me knows what will happen. But it's a trouble, but it's a sweet trouble. I think Srila Govinda Maharaj was also speaking on that subject. There's so much seva, so many, we can say, disturbances coming to us during this seva, but the quality of these disturbances compared to the regular disturbances we get in the mundane environment are completely the opposite. So we're happy to have those disturbances in our life, because that will help us to remember about Krishna. And also it will help us to serve the devotees. So the end result of that will be Anandam Buddhi. That's what will happen. And we were quoting Mahaprabhu's verse today, this line from the first verse of Krishashtakam, Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purna Amrita Swadanam. This is what's going to happen. On every step, you will feel the joy. And that's the association of the devotees. And we were also reading how it is absolutely impossible to get rid of that ignorance that we engineered for ourselves. Yes, we indeed. It's not, what did Guru Maharaj said? It's not by accident, not accidental. Certainly not. And ignorance is certainly not a bliss. There's another saying from a different dimension. So it is our own making. And then Srila Govinda Maharaj explained how difficult it is to get rid of that situation, to remove ourselves from that environment, be the servants of Kama, Krodha, Mada, Moha, Lobha, Abhimana, all of that. The enemies, our enemies, we're their servitors quite often. He's saying, but even though we fall victim sometime, we must remove ourselves from the position of their servitors. We must not surrender to them. We may fall, but we must get up and continue. But the only way is nothing else. The only way that can help us to do that is nothing else but the association of the pure devotee. No other way is possible. So he is saying, but to find a pure devotee or to become a pure devotee is very difficult. Fortunately, we're very lucky. We actually have a pure devotee, pure devotees to follow. So not to taking that for granted, this is why we're gathering together, to remind each other of our fortune and to go on according to that fortune, following the advice and footsteps of our guardians, who are the pure devotees. So there is a lot of hope. So all this gathering is exclusively for that. There is no other reason. And of course, Nam Sankirtan and Vaishnav Seva, Prashadam Seva, Deity Seva. What else is there, Maharaj? Parikram Seva.
Unlimited seva.
Unlimited Seva, infinite Seva possibilities. And again, we can remember Guru Maharaj's another famous saying, true humility means to be open to infinite possibilities coming from him. So we have to be ready to accept his wills, which are infinite. However he expresses himself, we're happy to be there. We're happy to assist. We're happy to be used. So that's the mood we should hanker for, we should acquire for. And that is the Krishna consciousness, the reality that Srila Guru Maharaj points out, that it is in our interest to get acquainted with. So this is what it is. Surrender and give yourself and be ready to accept whatever is coming from him. Anyhow, Maharaj, there are lots of devotees. And I just saw the car passing. And in that car was Lila Moy, Kelly Kadamba, and Abhinava Sundar. So they were the first ones to arrive, the first birds.
Just now.
Just now, just like a minute ago.
Okay, so this sounds like a good opportunity for us to also welcome them in through the door. And
yes, they will be coming soon.
Okay, by the way, I see that Rupa Nuga Prabhu's got flowers. He's carrying some flowers to somewhere. So you're in Thailand already, correct? No, still not in Thailand. Okay, well, you're coming soon. Dare I ask where you're taking flowers to?
Yes, I'm bringing them all the way from Melbourne in Australia.
To?
To you, of course.
That's the plural you, isn't it? To all of the devotees here. Hare Krishna. Hare
They're here in
Krishna.
spirit.
Indeed, indeed. And just now, Paramanandapu, he said something, and I think, find something else, which again, these expressions that jump out at us. I just want to share with you a very short expression, but I can't find it immediately. Okay, got it. Got it. Here's Srila Guru Maharaj again, and talking about this captures madness and it captures sadhu sangha, seva. What other kinds of seva are there? Okay, very short. It is 6 lines. Srila Guru Maharaj saying, in the Vaikuntha world, all are mad to help their neighbor. And got a quote around it. In the Vaikuntha world, all are mad to help their neighbor, to look after the interest of others in connection with the supreme power. That is the innate wealth, the innate nature of every unit, of everything there. All cooperation, all goodness, all cooperation at the cost of one's own life. It is the nature of the inhabitants of Vaikuntha and Goloka. How happy it is. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. There we are. So I was thinking of that expression when Paramananda Prabhu was saying about, oh, so many devotees coming together. What other savor is there? That savor of helping others, the selflessness. So with devotees, it's an automatic thing. Hare Krishna. I just noticed, I try not to see my picture, but I look cold. And in the morning program, when they do Zoom, not Zoom, they do Facebook and Instagram, Vila Govinda Ashram, every morning, 7:30 in Italy time. And when I sit down looking cold, he always tells Munindra, always says, look warm, look warm. Oh, look, okay, devotees. I have to make the screen bigger here. I can't. Why can't I make it bigger? Speaker. Okay, Dandavat to all of you silent devotees there in...
Not silent anymore.
Not silent anymore. Welcome, welcome to your homeroom of Govinda Farm in Thailand. You all just arrived. Abhinava Sundar, Kelly and Ramasundar.
Yeah, she's been attending.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Priya, Leela Moy Prabhu, Govinda Govinda. You Dandavat, you look like you're in exactly the right place. Bamboo trees behind you, sun shining. Jai. Okay, so welcome. Now you've arrived. Then I feel like I need to find you your living quarters, a glass of water, somewhere to rest, and shower up and prasadam, because that's what Gurudev would always want first. So I'm there by heart, but unfortunately not yet able to render that kind of service.
Well, you see this young man, Maharaj, you can empower him.
Well, he's getting older, look, getting older. You see, you can't be 18 forever, Ramsundar Prabhu.
Sadly not, but...
Though the heart can indeed. Oh, look at that. Talking of heart, then Radha Sundari, David Asi sent a message saying, I am there by heart, with a heart too. So Radha Sundari, probably in Mayapur, in the Holy Dham, she's welcoming you from one Holy Dham to another holy place.
Well, we will put a glass of water for her as well, Maharaj.
She's giving a yes. Okay, a glass of water for you too, Radha Sundari Devi. Okay, so don't let me interrupt. We'll let you do the seva which is taking place there. And we've got the advanced team just arrived. By the way, I just have one question. Was Ramsundar Prabhu the driver?
Yes, he was a driver.
Okay, well, there we go. Well done, Ram.
Yeah, new generation.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
In house. Oh, the arrival.
Now the devotees, yes, now the devotees can see the main house, the main building on the farm. And when I first went there was no building except this one being constructed. It was under construction. That will be 2014, when was first traveling, when came out from India, came to Malaysia, Malaysia to Thailand, Thailand to China, and then to the Western world. And Ukraine was the very first place I went to in the Western, out in the Western world, as it were. All right. So please continue happily, Paramananda Prabhu, and you've got a good helper with Advitya. Now she's got lots she can do to help the devotees there, and we're happy to come to meet you all very soon, flying tomorrow. So this time tomorrow we'll be preparing to go to the airport, but we'll see you the next day in the evening. Inshallah, by the grace of the Lord. Gurudev used to say sometimes also, inshallah, by the grace of the Lord. The Lord has many names. Hare Krishna. Prafula Krishna who joined us also, and Lynn and Ganga Leela Didi, Suresh Krishna Prabhu, Danake, all joined us since we began. And Adachi, I think I met before Adachi. Similar, it sounds familiar name. I think you have a devotee name. Hare Krishna, Govinda Govinda. Okay. Any question for?
Maharaj, Adasir, I forgot his name. He has to tell us his name. He took initiation in Navadip.
Oh,
He was
okay.
in Navadip, yes.
Very good. Welcome. Our heart is in Navadip. Navadip is the home of our heart. Navadip, the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, it is the place where our not only good fortune, super fortune has come into this world. And from not only the words, but the heart, the existence, the distribution of Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev. And it's such a special place. Hare Krishna.
And I don't know whether he's in Brazil or not. He travels a lot.
Okay. Well, welcome, and welcome to each of you. And do any of you have any questions? And on Facebook, you can also put a question if you have. And Praneshwari Devirasi is more alert on Facebook than me. She's got her eyes open. She'll note if you have a question. Praneshwari, did he? Oh, here's a question. Okay, you've been saved. Here's a question from Priyanana. Okay, no, you haven't been saved. Praneshwari, I've been doing proofreading recently, and it's been in my mind forever, but I just can't resist just to say, you're nicely using diacritics. You've learned how to type the diacritics, but your name does have an S. It's got that line on the top of the end, Ishvara, so that's coming from that, Prana Eshvari. So
yes, Maharaj, but the thing is that those characters are not recognized on Zoom. So I just leave when it is recognized. It will show just like question mark.
I was going to say, I mean, if we do use diacritics, we should use them properly. And I was given one transcription, by the way, which they said, oh, this is ready to publish and send out. And on one page, and it wasn't a big page, it was like the small pages for printing. On one page, Maharaj was spelt in 4 different ways.
Oh.
So, I mean, really, if it's not just like a random thing, we just like put dots and things everywhere. And it makes a big difference, even in our own languages, whether it's Spanish, English, any language, between a S and a Sh and an I and an E, and a, you know, like this, it makes a big difference of the meaning of words drastically. So anyway, so now we know why it's spelled like this. So now we have a reason. All right, let the reason be love, because it's all about love. Hare Krishna. That is a necessary medicine. Where did we read about love just now? Okay, don't see it immediately. Yes, Priyanana Devirasi, please bring us back to the devotional world instead of the spelling world.
Well, I don't know what. I don't know if I can, but at least I have a question. Maharaj, one of the first sentences we started with was that by spreading the teaching of our gurus, we kind of show our gratitude to them. Like if you spread the teaching of Srila Guru Maharaj and Gurudev, you're showing how grateful you are. So, but sometimes we also think like these are all such high substances, and do we like have a right to speak about them because we are not ideal, so to say, of course, on the one hand, you have this like Mahaprabhu's order, like become guru and so on. No, I mean, in general. But on the other hand, you think like, well, I'm so low and maybe I'm not always up to the standard that I try to spread. So do I have a right even to like open my mouth? Something like this. What would you say?
Well, the first impression is yes, we should be doing that. And when we are in a hospital or when we are diseased, oh, mosquitoes still here, even in the cold. And when we're in the hospital and we're diseased, or we're not yet in the hospital and we're just roaming around diseased, then if we get the indication, oh, there is a good doctor. Do you know there's a good doctor living over there? There's a good doctor, you know, he's there, you know, somewhere, or his instructions, his guidance. So we can refer, we can say, look, I was diseased and I had similar disease to you, but now I'm getting some favorable result. I've come to this very good doctor. And in the material world, I mean, we definitely know that we're always hearing about devotees like referring to, oh, you've got this kind of a problem. I know a doctor particularly who deals in these things. He's very good. He cured me. He can cure you. And in fact, Devashish Prabhu is an example of that in India right now, and he's coming to Thailand very soon, that he's gone, why has he gone all the way to India to go to a doctor? Because of reference. And the references come from Sachi-Devi, from different devotees who got some introduction to him before, and they've been to that place, they've gone through this like Ayurvedic healing thing, and with remarkable results in their own experience. They're not reading from a book. They've maybe read something and gone there in the past, but from their own experience, then they've said to Devashish Prabhu, this place really, it is worth going to. We had very similar to you, this and that, and they did miraculous rejuvenation and cure. So Devashish Prabhu, he's gone to this place in South India, in Kerala, and he's sending back some reports. Sometimes it's not always the most pleasant treatment that you have to tolerate, but you have to see it through. And he's feeling so much better. And he was radiant the other day when he talked to me over the Skype, but like this, when talking together face to face, he was looking radiant. And so in the material world, somebody refers, a well-wisher will refer others to where they've got a good physician, a good doctor, where they've got a good result themselves. So this way, we are in the material world, we've got our diseases, but we can say about our, real disease, the disease we're referring to is our heart disease. Then we know where there's a good doctor, we know where we can get their advices. And this way, we can give some introduction to the people, and we can see somebody point out, oh, this is what's needed. So some analogies, some parallels with the material world, but really the devotees and even non-devotees, humans surely have compassion for others. They see suffering, they don't like to see suffering. Except journalists, they love to see it because then they can film it and make lots of money. So like crows going to a dead body, they're all going to, or vultures going to a dead body, they're all going there to pick something from there. So only when there's some like distorted interest does anybody like to see suffering, see ghastly things. And the world is a ghastly place. Instead of that, we want to see joy. And the last words we read yesterday from Srila Guru Maharaj in our little quote, maybe Leela Shakti remembers, Guru Maharaj saying about all the scientists and everything, in the beginning of Search for Sri Krishna, you all know, he says, he kind of addressing the scientists who are not addressing the real problem of birth, death, old age, and disease, the suffering of this world, saying that you're not making any proposal to cure this birth, death, old age, and disease. And so leave the field and leave it to us. We shall prove that this world is a place of extreme happiness. This world is a place of happiness. This, Guru Maharaj said, I don't have the exact words in front of me, but it's there in that first chapter of Search for Sri Krishna, Reality the Beautiful. Yeah, I don't have immediately that quote in front of me. Hare Krishna. So, Priyanana, tell others about Krishna. And telling others, it comes from all quarters, from like absolutely zero understanding to people who've got some religiosity, some understanding. Everywhere we can come and help others to do good, better, best. And of course, we have to appropriately say things to devotees, to the public and to other devotees and to people too. We have to say appropriately. If immediately you're telling to people who just come in the room about conjugal love with the Lord, well, what are they going to think? That is a big jump from we're not the body and all these other things. So we must be appropriate. We must speak appropriately to the people. For my own self.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes, Guru Maharaj saying in that chapter, come with courage to face and solve the real problem, the common problem, and the most dangerous problem. Otherwise, you should leave the field and go away. Leave it to us. We shall prove that the world is an abode of perfect happiness. Vishvang Purna Sukhayate. So we've come to that point from our beginning point, which was how the environment and our suffering, our ignorance is not an accident. Hare Krishna. Govinda, Govinda.
And
Prafulla Krishna. I know it's late at night, but maybe Prafulla, really, he's got a heart full of gems of Gurudev. And it's not every day we see you, but it is not never, but not every day we see you. Prafulla, if you like to say a few words, we would be happy. Oh, and you can address the devotees in Thailand at the prasadam table. Look at that. Breakfast, this must be, well, late breakfast, brunch maybe.
Is it up to your standard, Maharaj?
Sorry?
Is it up to Mahananda's standard?
Up to, well, Mahananda's standard is very straightforward, isn't it? Looks opulent to me.
Full of fruits.
Full of fruits. Full of substantial juice. And again, fruits and everything is amazing about how from mud you get all these beautiful things by the miracle of life. Why be blind to the miracle of life and try to analyze everything? We need to accept this wonder. And you know, from the small pot, of small, the flower pot with the mud inside, the chili plant comes out. And I should have taken a photograph. So many chilies on the plant from this small pot. And how strong are those chilies? So all that chili taste, it's right there in that soil. It just takes life to manifest it. Just anything like this, you think, amazing. Then we're reminded of Sachimata chastising young.
Paramananda was just suggesting we eat mud.
Right. Young Nimai, when Nimai is eating mud in the courtyard, and then giving philosophy to his mum when his mum's chastising him. Why are you eating mud? And it's, oh, mud. It's all, everything's there in mud. Yes, but in the right, you use mud in the form of a water pot, then you use it as a water pot. You can't use it just as mud as a water pot. So similarly, it gets transformed into nice vegetables. Those things we take, not the direct mud itself. But it's amazing. From mud, you get that taste is latent. Its potential is in the mud. So is the mango taste. So is the papaya. So is the pineapple, maybe.
Mangoes and bananas.
Green bananas. Did you say? I heard Prafula's voice. Didn't I hear Prafula?
No, it sounded like.
Oh, that's Prafula.
Prafula?
That was a voice, yes.
Dandavat, Sabinava, Kelly, Paramananda.
Hey, Prafula, Dandavat.
Dandavat.
We're waiting for you.
I'm still getting home, Maharaj. That's why I'm not, it's a little noisy sometimes around here. But I'm very happy to hear Abhinava's voice. Maybe he could, no, man, so good to hear a voice. I'm happy already just by hearing it.
I'm saying it's the same for me, Prabhu. Too much happy.
Can you say something for us?
When are we going to see you? That's what I want to know.
Who can say, man? I don't know. I always want to go to Italy and to see you guys. I'm very a bad devotee, yeah. But I was with Maharaj in Brazil for a while. That was a happy time.
Yeah. Well, I'm feeling very happy to hear your voice, and would be very happy if you somehow managed to come over. Maybe Madhusudana Maharaj can give some blessing and you can come.
Yes. I'll try.
Very official.
In my heart. But how's everything? So just say something for us. How's everything there? And how's been your life?
Everything is great now because we just arrived and we're here with the devotees. So this is always the number one feature of devotional life, is to be with the devotees. Actually, there's nothing else. You can know so many things and do so many things, but being with the devotees is the primary thing. The beginning, the middle, and the end, it's the most important thing. And being with you now with your voice also, then I'm feeling very happy.
Yeah, same here. So
Anyway,
Maharaj, back to you, Maharaj.
Well, I'm happy to hear both of your voices, and so are the rest of us. So you can see everyone's face, everybody smiling and happy. So we better let the late breakfast honorers continue having their breakfast, and we'll continue, but continue now. How can we follow breakfast in Govinda Farm? Oh, look, an empty plate. Oh, no, that's have your breakfast. No, you don't. Where are your plates? You haven't started yet.
No, we're waiting for you, Maharaj. Just you
need to start.
You need to accept, then we'll take.
Garam Jal, Maharaj.
Garam Jal. Okay. Wow.
It's also all offered to all the devotees.
And can you do one more thing you've done about it? And so the little altar is there too. Who's behind the camera? Krishna too.
Of course it's there. And it's going to stay there, Maharaj, by the way.
This is a Navadip, our Navadip altar from Navadip. Not the wooden part, but the content. Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Shri Guru Ganga Gandhava Govinda Sundar Ju ki jai, Shri Prapana Jivanamritam ki jai. This was what was constantly with us in Navadip. Working table, like I'm sitting here, and opposite, just opposite, this is our little altar. For many years, from the 1980s, just see, Hare Krishna. You see, little sentimental heart.
Pull the 10 rupees out of it.
Hmm?
The 10 rupees in that.
Yeah? You haven't spent it?
No.
Yeah,
Hey, Abhinava, is Lamoy behaving himself? How's Lamoy
Yes.
doing? Yeah? How are you doing, Lamoy?
Yeah, I'm getting used to.
I've only met him for 5 minutes now, so I'm not sure. I'll tell you in a day or two.
Okay. If he misbehaves, you are allowed for a little chastisement, little bullying. It's good for him.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh,
Good.
no way. Yeah. No.
Good to see you there, Lamoy. Happy to see you there.
Good to see you. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad.
He's your
Okay.
he's your representative, Praful.
Yes.
Oh.
I hope.
This is the question. Did he bring any pasoka from Brazil?
Oh, a lot.
Oh,
Really?
what about the guava one? The guava.
Guava
And the pump-
sweets. Yeah.
the-
Pasoka.
what-
That's the bare minimum.
I remember another boy brought from Brazil the guava one and the pumpkin one that had the coconut inside of it.
Yes.
It's like 15 years ago, and I still remember it.
You see, that's very consistent. And when devotees are coming to see Mahaprabhu, the first discussion after Dandavats and, how are you, is about the food and they're offering.
Exactly. What sweets are you bringing?
Sorry, Maharaj. We're muting ourselves.
Oh no! We're
Yes,
there
Maharaj.
with you. We
Please
can't
carry
be
on.
with you and not hear you. But please, yes, please do have your breakfast. This is something that really Gurudev, he always wanted devotees. First of all, okay, you got so much news. First of all, sit down peacefully, Prabhu, here. And then Coca, bring some fruit, Coca, bring some drink, like this. First, sit down, be at home, be peaceful, take something. Okay, then now some news. So please, all of you, take breakfast, have something now, and then we'll catch up with some news. Hare Krishna. And Rupanuga Prabhu is driving. He's driving in your direction. He's on the way in his car. We see him so often in the car. So he's driving there. Hare Krishna. Okay, well, I don't know how to follow any of this except to say, well, we'll be with you all. And this is where Govinda Farm is where the Back to Basics online began, in fact, with the lockdown.
Yes.
And that was by Krishna's arrangement. We got locked down. It's Krishna's arrangement, everything. But by Krishna's arrangement, we got locked down. We learned about Zoom, started to be on Zoom. And Krishna's arrangement, everything, as we know, it's by the Lord's arrangement. And so everything, so many things can look unfortunate and so many, unfortunate things. But as we know, difficult pill to swallow. But Guru Maharaj saying about Queen Kunti, again and again he told about Queen Kunti praying for adverse situations. Because then remembrance of the Lord becomes more intense. And so through so many ups and downs, apparent ups and downs of this world, we have to see the angle of vision, that the best doctor that we've gone for consultation with, the best doctors have given us how to become cured. And first, we must try to cure ourselves with the proper vision and with a little clarity. As a little clarity comes, then we get more capacity to read the environment and to try to adjust with, and we must say this because we want to please Gurudev, and no doubt he's pleased by the association, by seeing everything today, but he'll be very pleased if we can just slip in one verse. Trinadapi sunichena taroriva sahishnuna amanina manadina kirtanya sadaharihi. To be more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, give honor to all others, and not want honor for oneself. With this quality, then we can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. That's this verse. It's from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. and it is rubbed like the rubbing of sandalwood paste, sandalwood on the rough stone. The more you rub, the more wonderful taste, fragrance comes out from it. And Gurudev, this came from Mahaprabhu and Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Srila Prabhupada, but we have to specifically think about Srila Gurudev because we've heard from him. I can say probably 100 or even hundreds of times about this verse, and we must not take it for granted. We must lead our life in this way. We must try to make our actual life follow these processes of chanting the holy name with trying to adopt these qualities, not in a forceful way, but by ourselves, looking at ourselves inside and correcting ourselves when we see things are slipping off the straight and narrow of what we should be doing. So always some self-analysis, self-correction along the way. Hare Krishna. All right. And while we are sitting here, well, same for everybody, isn't it? Messages flow in while we're doing other things. Hare Krishna. Somebody quoted. Okay, no, I don't. It's a mundane quote. I won't tell you what they quoted. I'll keep it to myself and maybe tell somebody sometime.
Dandava pranams from Tunga Rasa and Rasananda, young Rasananda Prabhu.
Young Rasa. Oh, well, the old Rasananda is not exactly old Rasananda.
Old.
But still. Hare Krishna. I won't ask because I don't want anybody to confess, no, I didn't. But I hope that you were able to listen to or watch the video, audio that I put in the link. You just remind me when you mentioned Tunga Rasa's name, that video that she gave the link to of the title of, forget the title. But anyway, the last time in Back to Basics, we put a video link in the box. And if you haven't heard it or watched it, please do. And you can download it and listen to it repeatedly. I have to open an app. I don't have the link directly available. So I won't ask you, well, did you take the time to listen? But I can encourage it. If you did, do take the time to listen again. And if you didn't, do take the time to listen and listen again. Hare Krishna. But it's, again, what can I say? We have our favorites, and favorites means on the little phone, we have it where it loops. And then I have this app, which I think I've recommended to lots of you. You can make one file loop like 3 times before it goes to the next one. So it's actually very good for us who we want to like thoroughly hear something, then go to something else. I will find in a moment.
I just pasted it, Priya and Anna, just before your message.
Oh, okay.
She's asking for the link.
All right, and the title, I was forgetful. I was forgetful of the title. Forgetfulness of Krishna, the only danger. But it's not only this one theme and one expression. Well, of course it is. I mean, in the sense of Krishna consciousness, we're trying to be Krishna conscious. But there's a lot in this short video. It's not a long video. It's half an hour or so, but a little over half an hour. Okay, with this, dear devotees, we'll continue. And Suresh Krishna's here very quietly. Actually, you're all here very quietly. I realize it's myself and our Thai devotees, and Prafula happily, and Praneshri happily. We've been making a little bit of the noise today, the sound today, and Priyananda. Okay, yes, Priyananda. She also made a little sound. So the rest of you, and Rupanugapu also, yes, true. But we've been making the most sound, and the rest of you have been here very quietly, but we've been hearing you. We've been hearing your hearts and smiles and joining in expressions as we're together with the devotees. So by the Lord's grace, all being well, we'll meet you all again, and we'll be there in Thailand, not as viewing from elsewhere, but in person. And we feel like we're there in person now, and with each of you in person. So we'll meet you again, same time on our Thursday. For you, some of you, it's your Wednesday evening. Jai Shila Gurudev Om Vishnupad Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shila Guru Maharaj Om Vishnupad Shila Bhakti Rockok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shila Prabhupada Shila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Brinda Ki Jai. And Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mata of Shila Gurudev and Shila Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. And all the assembled devotees Ki Jai. All the
Jai
world.
Shri Bhaktivedanta Madhusudana Maharaj ki.
Hare
Jai.
Krishna Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare
Hari
Hare.
Hari Bol.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So let us all be mad, as Guru Maharaj said in our quote. Let us all be mad to help in Vaikuntha, in the Vaikuntha world. All are mad to help their neighbor, to look after the interest of others in connection with the supreme power. So let us be mad this week to help each other. Hare Krishna. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare Hare Bol.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you.
Thank you, each of you. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai.
Jai.
God.
So very special. So beautiful to see your lovely faces, smiling faces. Even your hearts are smiling. And Krishna Priya serving with so much love, the Garam Jal. So bless you all. So sweet to see you. Wonderful.